watching other guys that are doing what I want to be doing, and I'm sitting on the couch being a loser.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 players blacklisted from the NFL.
And it just seems like there's so much hate and negativity towards me. I'm actually somewhat frightened.
For this list, we'll be looking at some of the players involved in massive scandals and caused controversy that resulted in the NFL distancing itself from the stars. Which NFL player do you think deserves to be blacklisted? Let us know below. Number 10, Merle Hapes. After one season with the New York Giants in 1942, Hapes' second in 1946 was a lot more eventful for the fullback. That year, the NFL championship game saw the Chicago Bears beat the Giants 24-14. However, Hapes was accused of taking a bribe to throw the match and was indefinitely suspended from the NFL. So to keep making a career in football, he headed north to Canada. Another player implemented in the 1946 scandal was quarterback Frank Filchock. After getting a ban, he too went to Canada in the aftermath. However, unlike Hapes, Filchock was reinstated in 1950. But being 33 years old and with the Giants not willing to sign him, Filchock finished his playing career in Canada. Number 9, Will Allen. This cornerback had a great run in the NFL with stints at the New York Giants and Miami Dolphins. After finishing his career with the New England Patriots, things began to unravel for the former star. In 2017, Allen was found guilty of fraud. It turns out he, along with his partner, had been operating a Ponzi scheme. Taking advantage of Allen's connections, the pair had made illegal loans to professional athletes. They made cash by claiming the loans had a higher interest than they did. According to the prosecution, Allen and his partner took in $35 million while paying out just $22 million. Allen was sentenced to 6 years in prison and ordered to pay $16.8 million in restitution. Number 8, Dave Meggett.
Dave Meggett, a rookie who's going to the Pro Bowl, breaks it across the 35. He's not done till he crosses the 40, still on his feet. Meggett could go the distance. Dave Meggett's inside the 30. No one will catch him now, and the rookie from Towson State takes it the distance with no flags on the field.
While his career on the field went well, which included a Super Bowl win with the New York Giants in 1991, Meggett's personal life tarnished his athletic reputation. In fact, his career as a running back came to an abrupt end due to an alleged assault allegation. With Meggett's history, no other NFL team reportedly wanted to sign him. In the years after, Meggett developed financial issues. He even had to sell his Super Bowl ring to make some cash. In 2010, Meggett was in court for burglary and assault charges after an attack on a college student and ended up getting 30 years in prison.
He almost killed me. What would he have done to someone else?
Number 7, Keith Wright. This defensive tackle had a relatively short professional career of just 3 years, which ended in 2006. Wright had played for teams like the Indianapolis Colts and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but mostly in the practice squads. In 2012, the wheels of Wright's life fell off in a big way. That year, he found himself in court for a series of serious charges, including armed robbery, false imprisonment, and assault. With evidence of 3 invasions, he had forcibly broken into people's homes to steal their goods and cash while threatening them with a firearm. Wright was sentenced to a massive 234 years and 8 months in prison. Number 6, Darrell Henley. An All-American recipient, Henley was a cornerback drafted by the Los Angeles Rams in 1989, playing for the team until 1994. But away from the pigskin, Henley's life descended into chaos. In 1995, he found himself in court for trafficking illegal substances after accusations from former Rams cheerleader Tracy Ann Donahoe. She was previously sentenced for her role in the plan in 1993. Not content with one serious charge, Henley then tried to put a hit out on Donahoe and the district judge of the case. Unfortunately for him, the assassin Henley asked was an undercover officer. In the end, he received a 20-year sentence for masterminding the trafficking scheme and an additional 21 years for attempting to hire a contract assassin. Number 5, Tommy Kane. Coming from Canada, Kane signed for the Seattle Seahawks in 1988, but by 1992 injuries piled up and the wide receiver was released. He then found his way back home to play football briefly before calling it a career. Kane's life became a violent mess in 2023. Due to his substance use disorder, his estranged wife, Tamara Sheikh, and a counselor from Kane's church attempted to get him to a detox center. Instead, Sheikh was beaten and stabbed by Kane. Sadly, she didn't survive the attack. Kane pled guilty to a lesser charge of manslaughter because of his diagnosis of severe depression. Kane was sentenced to 18 years in prison. Number 4, Aaron Hernandez. In 2013, semi-professional football player Odin Lloyd was fatally shot. Shockingly arrested for his slaying was New England Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez. The team quickly released him from his contract.
When this day began, Aaron Hernandez was a New England Patriots tight end. Tonight, he is the defendant in a murder case.
Hernandez was found guilty at the trial and sentenced to life in prison with no parole.
What say you, Madam Foreperson? Is the defendant not guilty? Guilty of murder in the first degree? or guilty of murder in the second degree?
Guilty of murder in the first degree.
Numerous sponsorship deals terminated contracts with the former NFL star as a result. Also during the Lloyd trial, Hernandez was charged with the double slaying of Daniel De Abreu and Safiro Furtado in 2012. In 2017, he was acquitted of these crimes. However, days after the announcement, Hernandez took his own life in his prison cell with chronic traumatic encephalopathy, strongly believed to have played a part in his behavior.
A sad and surprising twist in a once promising young life that went horribly awry.
Number 3, Darren Sharper. Kicking off his career in 1997, Sharper had a long career as an NFL safety, even winning the Super Bowl with the New Orleans Saints in 2010. But once he stepped away from the gridiron and became an NFL analyst, things went downhill for Sharper, with many allegations of assault and use of illegal substances. In the end, Sharper received an overall sentence of 20 years for his crimes after a plea deal. In 2016, further controversy erupted when Sharper became eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, causing many sports analysts to take sides in the debate. Number 2, Ray Caruth. After getting drafted by the Carolina Panthers in 1997, the stage was set for Caruth to become a premier wide receiver for the team.
Burline throws, that is caught into the end zone, touchdown, Ray Caruth.
But in 1999, Cherika Adams was shot multiple times by Van Brett Watkins Sr. At the time, Adams was 8 months pregnant with Caruth's child.
She was really, really disappointed in Ray's reaction to her pregnancy. She said that he's a want-to-be bad guy. She said, I don't understand why. I thought maybe he would be happy. That she told him, I'm going to have my baby.
Speaking to 911, Adams said that Caruth was driving a car in front of her. He slowed down and another vehicle pulled up and shot at her. Caruth then drove off. She sadly passed away from her injuries while her son was saved.
He was a feisty little thing and would cry, and you look at him and you sort of, he was a sweet little boy. I mean, that was the best way to describe him. He was sweet, he was a good baby.
But due to being starved of oxygen, he sustained brain damage. Caruth was found guilty of his involvement and sentenced to at least 18 years in prison. He was released in 2018. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions. Ray Rice. No team wanted anything to do with this running back after the release of the infamous tape.
I went fully forward with it. I never complained or I never did anything like that. I took full responsibility for everything that I did.
Johnny Manziel. Poor play and off-field controversy saw this quarterback get released by the Cleveland Browns, and he hasn't played a snap in the NFL since.
Manziel admits there's no one to blame but him. Run-ins with the law, a domestic assault charge that was dismissed in November after he agreed to attend an anger management course, and his well-documented partying and drinking, like this moment captured by TMZ cameras.
Vontaze Burfict. His constant violation of NFL player safety rules have made him practically untouchable.
You see, Jack Doyle, the tight end, had made a catch. He was down on the ground, and Burfict leads with his helmet and makes helmet-to-helmet contact. So the guy with a checkered past for sure. Yeah, this is the fans' goodbye in Indianapolis. He is gone for the rest of this game.
Greg Hardy. Teams steered clear of this defensive end due to his domestic violence case and inexcusable behavior while playing for the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys have lost 4 straight now. Look at this. This is the video that kind of shows you a little more detail of what Greg Hardy did here after that kick return for a touchdown. Pushing, shoving, knocks the clipboard. Out of special teams coach.
Sure looks like a lot of players are trying to control Greg Hardy right there.
Kellen Winslow Jr. The NFL comeback attempts came to an end for this once promising tight end after misconduct towards several women.
That man is not a good man. I don't think you know how truly dangerous this man is.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, O.J. Simpson. Spending his career with the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers as a running back, Simpson ranked in a host of individual awards. But years later, his life was engulfed by scandal. First, he was tried for the slaying of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, but was found not guilty.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder.
But a civil suit in 1997 was judged against him and ordered him to pay the surviving families $33.5 million.
Simpson left the trials with huge debt, but free. He moved to Florida.
Then in 2008, Simpson was in court for his involvement in an armed robbery at Palace Station in Nevada. He was sentenced to 33 years in prison.
It's your honor, I stand before you today
sorry, somewhat confused. I feel apologetic to the people of the state of Nevada.
In 2017, less than 9 years later, he was released. Simpson was officially taken off parole in 2021.
And now state officials in Nevada have granted Simpson a discharge from his parole 2 months early, citing good behavior. His lawyer saying Mr. Simpson is a completely free man now, but not disclosing OJ's future plans.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.